And welcome back to SwiftUI crash course. So in today's video we'll be talking about frames and alignments. So if you are familiar with UI kit, then in UI kit you used to have constraints. So you can just open the storyboards and apply constraints directly. And we also have option to use NS layout constraints to add it programmatically. Similarly in SwiftUI we have an option to add the frame by using the frame modifier. So let's just look how to apply it. So we already have some code on the screen. You can see we already have a text added inside the body, and we will be applying a frame on it. So before applying the frame, let's just add a background color to it. So for background, I'll be using color dot red. And for foreground, we'll be using white, so it is more readable. Alright, so for adding a frame, we can just use frame modifier, and inside this you can see width, height and alignment. So we'll be selecting this width of 250, height of 250, and alignment. By default the alignment is center, so let's just keep center for now. Okay, so we have added a frame to this, but it is not visible currently because the text is only taking a particular space, whatever space that is needed for the text, it is only taking that much amount from the provided frame. So let's add a background color to it so that we can see the complete frame. So if I add a background dot blue color, so the whole 250 by 250 frame should be visible now. Yeah. So this is one way of adding a frame and passing the alignment. Currently the alignment is center, so the text is in the center. We can also change it to leading, and the text will change to the alignment will change to leading. So there are options like bottom leading, bottom trailing. So you can select bottom leading, and this will change the position to the bottom leading. So there are multiple options, you can select any of it. You can see all the options available. For now, let's just keep it leading. And then we also have an option to provide the minimum width and maximum width. Let's just explore that option. So here you can see that we can pass minimum width, ideal width, max width, minimum height. So these are some of the parameters that we can pass. So let's see those. So if I pass minimum width as 500, so as the name says, the minimum width of the text will change to 500. If I add a background to it to see the complete frame, color dot let's say indigo. So you can see the frame has changed to 500, but it's more than the device frame, so it's not clearly visible. Let's change it to minimum height. So you'll see the minimum height has been changed to 500. You can also set max height. So the max height has now changed to 500. It won't take height more than 500, and it will shrink the views inside it if the height reaches to 500 or more. Similarly, we can add max width, and we can also pass a variable, a value called infinity. So infinity is actually the whole available. Okay, so we will need to pass this max width first, then the max height. Okay. So max width infinity. Infinity means that it should take all the available space that it has. So this is one way of adding a frame and passing max height, max width, passing the actual width and height. So these are some of the ways you can use the frames. Also, let's just try to pass the max height also as infinity. So this text should now take all the available space. Alright. Let's just add a V stack and pass the text inside it. so that we can see what dot infinity actually means. So currently in v stack we only have a text element, so it is taking all the available space because the complete screen is available to it. It is taking all the available space. But what if we introduce a new element? Let's say we introduced a rectangle in the v stack. So what should be the value of the infinity now? So you'll see that the frame has reduced itself to half. The value of infinity has now changed to half of the screen, because now only half of the portion is available, as the other half portion is taken by a rectangle. So infinity you can use whenever you want to take the complete available space available for a view. So if I pass, like currently rectangle has no frame, so v stack will resize them all to a particular frame size. Let's just add a frame to it, width of 100, or let's just keep the width as infinity and height as 100. So you can see that the rectangle has now reduced its height to 100, and all the available space has been taken by text. So that's it for this video. I hope you understood the concepts of frame and alignments. If you haven't, you can just ask your query in comments and I'll be happy to answer. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.